Merriam-Webster defines culture as the customary beliefs, social forms, and material traits of a racial, religious, or social group shared by people in their everyday lives. A culture that is not thought about very often is the culture of the Honduran people. According to the World Bank in Honduras, in 2016, 1 out of 5 Hondurans made their living on less than $1.90 every day. This is cinco lempiras, which is $5 to us, and to them, they live on less than one of these a day. The culture's poverty, holiday celebrations, and religious views are completely different than what we're used to here in America. Honduras is not one of those countries that you hear of people vacationing in very often because it is known for being filthy and poor due to the lack of income. Josh Hooper, who just returned from a mission trip in Honduras, told me in a recent interview that even the capital, Tegucigalpa, is very poor. And an Eyewitness World Atlas records that poverty is still a major problem in Honduras today. Josh went to a dump and delivered food plates to the people living there. Yes, that's right, living there. They live in the dumps. They scavenge through the trash, buzzards, and cows trying to find any trace of food possible. And they will try to gather any plastics or metals to sell to the dump for recycling purposes. This is their home, and that's literally all they have. An article titled Honduras from Every Culture website informs that the Honduran people make their living off of farming, cattle, citrus fruit, coffee, maize, and beans. And eventually, they hope to have enough to raise a cash crop. Men do the work on the farm, women cook and do the housework, and children play until they become of the responsible age to do the work. Most of what they grow is used to feed their families because that's all they have. Some will earn as little as $100 per month, and this does not produce enough income for a family to live safely or comfortably. The people live in houses that are the size of an average room in our house. The floors are typically made of packed mud, and the walls are made of tarp or whatever can be found. The kitchen is typically outside, and the food is cooked on a fire over the dirt. As Hooper told me, there's really no difference between the inside of their house and the outside. This is considered normal in their culture, and it is seen everywhere around the cities. In National Geographic, the author of In Gang-Ridden Honduras, Growing Old is a Privilege, Not a Right, Thomas also wrote, "It is in places like this where poverty has robbed young people from the right of growing old." The culture has very little, but they are very proud of who they are. In 1821, Honduras declared independence from Spain after Napoleon started a revolt throughout the Spanish colonies, according to the Public Holidays Global website. The Honduran flag has 5 stars on it, representing the countries of Central America. Several Honduran authors of the website Every Culture discuss that they celebrate their Independence Day on September 15th, and this is a very muted national holiday. Many complain that there is no need to celebrate their independence from Spain because Honduras is now a colony owned by the United States. On the other hand, many celebrate their freedom when their kids are out of school singing, dancing, and playing music throughout the town and the city streets. Hooper said, "Some of the churches in Honduras are beautiful, and the architecture is very detailed. The common religion of the Honduran people is Catholicism. Many only go to church on certain events. The most common occasion that they attend church is Easter. In the Honduran culture, Easter is intensely religious, and all week is known as Holy Week. It starts with Good Friday, and the statues of Jesus and Mary are brought out onto the streets and dressed in colorful garb," reads the article Independence Day from Public Holidays. The streets are decorated, music are playing, there are parades of floats, and large crowds come out to join the celebration. The next day is known as Holy Saturday, and the people attend Mass until midnight when Easter dawns. It is a very respectful time during Mass, and after, they return home to go eat and celebrate with the family. Easter is the most commonly celebrated holiday in the Honduran culture. Despite the lack of material things, the Honduran people are some of the happiest I have ever met, says Hooper. The Honduran culture may be mainly known for poverty, but between holidays and religious gatherings, the country is very united. The Honduran culture is very unique to the country and shows the diversity across the world. It is important that we take time to learn about other cultures and learn to respect their daily lives. It will overall unify America if we can take interest in others' lifestyles.